everybody. Welcome. It is Tuesday night and I decided I'm going to get started on this Brunella. We cut it out earlier today and so if you're curious about all the bits and pieces, go watch the live from earlier today. I am probably going to do this in two parts because it is kind of, there's lots of little bits and pieces you have to prep and prepare. And so we're just probably going to get most of the exterior done tonight. I'm just going to go until I'm tired, probably two or 3 hours. And then we'll finish maybe tomorrow or Thursday, the rest of it. And yeah, so hopefully you guys are at home, had a good day and winding down and you can sit and chat with me and we can sew this up. My computer is not wanting to cooperate with the pattern. So I may have to look it up another way. And did I have my nap? Lori, I laid down. I didn't actually sleep, but I rested. And so that was good. My body wouldn't let me sleep. I don't know what's going on. So, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. All right. My computer. I need a new computer. Okay. I've prepped a bunch of stuff here and I'll go over the stuff that I've prepped and what I've done. I added some Decaville light to some pieces that needed to be reinforced. I made my piping. So she has the length and size of your vinyl in the pattern. And then I just have this cotton cording. It's 5mm cotton cord. That's what I used on my first bag. So I'm going to try that again. So I just folded it in half and basted it. So I have 2 of those I'm going to attach to my side gusset pieces. And then I'll prep all the handles and all the little connectors and all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, should be fun. You just had the best nap. I'm so happy for you, Molly. That's fabulous. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm having a protein shake for dinner because I didn't feel like cooking. Okay. Dinner of champions. All right, let me put my phone over here. My computer is being a turd. Very slowly pulling stuff up. Okay, so I'm going to put the camera in and down, and we're going to get started. All right. Let's see how that view is. Maybe a little closer, huh? All right. There we go. You guys let me know if that works. Ready to leave work. How is Susan doing? She's doing great. She made it to her daughter and last I checked in, they were having dinner. So she is doing fabulous. All right. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting everything situated here. Good view. Okay. So I'm just going to, based on my piping, what I have done in the past is, oh, there's my scissors. I was looking for those. What I've done in the past is not put the cording in the piping because I don't have a piping foot. But I was able to get pretty close on my cylinder arm machine. My foot seems just a tiny bit skinnier on that machine. And I think it looked pretty good. So I'll just do that again. But if you don't have the cording, you can just fold over a piece of vinyl and it gives it the same type of effect. So I'm just marking down on my side gussets, my starting and stopping point for basting my piping down. You kind of want to make it even, okay? All right, so I'm just going to clip and show you how we do this. All right, so I just start a little bit above, just start attaching. Some people can put this on without even clipping, like they just sew as they go. I am not that very well practiced in piping as some people. I know, who was I watching? Ray Vaughn from Love Lola. She is a great resource for piping. She does such gorgeous work on her piping. And I'm pretty sure she has a piping foot. So go watch some of her stuff if you want to get more into this and learn some tips and tricks, because she had some great stuff. So I'm just making little clips in my vinyl here because you really want to stretch it around this curve. Like I'm pulling and stretching it a little bit, because if you don't do that, your piping will have like creases and it'll be too close together. It'll have, yeah, it won't look good. You need to make sure you stretch that around your curve. Can you link her in the description? Annette, could you, if you're sitting at home, could you link Love Lola, Ray Vaughn from Love Lola? Link her channel. She's got great piping videos. Thank you. Okay, so it looks like this. You guys see that okay? Okay. Annette, you're awesome. Thank you. Sorry for the barking dog. She barks at her own shadow. This purple on the black, guys, oof. Kind of love it. Okay, so I'm not very fast at this, as you can see. I was going to try and have one done, but that just... I got distracted with Christmas stuff again and finished doing my Christmas village, so... I need to close my door. What size of piping do you use? It is 5 millimeter. I just got it off Amazon. It comes in a big old roll, and it's called cotton cording, I think. Let me close my door. My dogs are going crazy. Hi, Amber. Spoiled with all the lives. You know what? It's just lives are easier than pre-recorded for me right now. So this is what we're doing. All right. So once you have that all on there, I'm just going to kind of baste this on. And what I do is I just pull this on and off at that marking where I have my starting and stopping point. I think Ray Vaughn does some kind of cut there and folds it. I forgot to watch to see exactly how she did that. But this works for me. I just kind of, whoops, if I can, oh, my foot is up. I'm like, what is going on? I was winding a bobbin. My foot is up. All right, there we go. So I'm just going to kind of pull it off right there, and that's how I'm going to start. So I will be taking, when I sew this onto my actual front and back bag panel pieces, I will be taking this to my cylinder arm and sewing it on my cylinder arm. The best thing that I have learned for attaching this is that I did it like I do when I bind my bags. I based it first on at 1/8 of an inch onto my bag. And then I'll sew at the full seam allowance to try and get as close as I can to that piping without having an actual piping foot. What's 5 millimeters in inches? I don't know. I think it's like 3/8. But on Amazon, I'm pretty sure it's listed as millimeters. That's why I said millimeters. Okay, so that's what it looks like when you're done. I'm just going to trim off where I curved it off right there. And right there. Okay. That's it. Looks pretty. And then I'm just going to attach my foam real quick while I'm at it. We'll just put that on. And I'm going to clip my center down here because that's how I'm going to put it onto my bag. I talked about these foam pieces in my cutout video. It's got the adhesive on the back, and I said I would not recommend using this type of foam if you're going to be sewing through it. I only would suggest using it if it's gonna, for the most part, be out of your seam allowance. It just makes a really good bag though for this type of bag. Okay. Let that sit. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Here we go. I have a piping foot, but I prefer to use my zipper foot for piping. Yeah, totally could. I would use my skinny foot or my zipper foot, but I'm going to be sewing it on my cylinder arm. Just with the curves of this bag, it was a little bit easier on my cylinder arm. So I need to call Ralph's and get a couple of different feet. I need to get a piping foot, I think. Now my computer's cooperating. So my clips are just like 1/8 inch. Like when you snip into curves on a gusset, that's about as big as my clips are for that. Okay, so they're not anything crazy big. And I'm kind of pulling it around that corner. Okay. Getting that on there. So this bag just takes a little time because of all the tiny little details. They're not hard details by any means. They're just, you know, kind of time consuming, and you want to do a good job so your bag comes out well. So just take your time with this bag. It's not really one you can just whip out in a couple hours. All right, here we go. Hi, sister. 2 lives in 1 day. I was in the mood. In the mood and no kids, so there you go. Okay. Well, there's my popping. Where did you find the self-adhesive foam? The stuff that I am using is from Fabric Therapy. I know lots of different shops carry self-adhesive interfacing now, but the one I have is from Fabric Therapy. All right, there's my second one. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the other foam on. So I have my line drawn up here for my drop-in lining. So I don't want to put my foam above that. And I'm just kind of centering at that line as best I can and eyeballing it down the center, down. All right, there are my side panel pieces done. Let me clip my center on this one too, because I'm gonna need that. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna put those aside. Let's do our straps next, okay? So these are our long straps and our handles. So I am doing full just, I'm doing a double-sided strap. I'm doing them an inch wide. I'm not doing the tapered handle like she has in the pattern because I don't have 3/4 inch hardware buckles. So I'm using 1 inch buckles. So I am doing the buckle thing like she has, but just bigger hardware. I watched, whose video did I watch? There is a video on the tapered handle. Give me a second. It's Kelly Tolles. What's her channel? Annette, do you know Kelly's channel? Shoot, I forget what her channel is. I'll think of it. She had a great beginning on showing you how to do the tapered handle with the templates and the pattern. Are you sewing through the foam when you do the drop-in? Nope, Diane, it's set down just below your drop-in line. So when you sew it on at the end, you are not sewing through the foam. The idea is it stays out of your seam allowance, so you're not sewing. The only time I really sew through my foam is if it's just a little bit over my seam allowance on the side or bottom seams, and when I top stitch my base after adding it to my side, front and back panels. So there's a couple little steps where, yeah, but my machine does okay. Does the foam have a paper backing that needs to be removed? Yes, it does. So yes, it's Soulful Creations, Annette. Yes. So Kelly at Soulful Creations has a great tutorial on this bag as well. It's a pre-recorded one, but she does the tapered handles in the beginning, and it's really good. So go check her video out on this bag as well. So many good YouTubers out there, guys. Go support them all. It takes a lot of time and patience to do videos, so go support. You guys are awesome. Hi, Diane. You made it. You made it. You made it. This is the part of the video I usually fast forward. But not today, folks. Not today. Also, I forgot to show you guys, I did put a strip of Decaville Light on the bottom edge of all of these handles. I just thought it could use it also because we're going to be doing a buckle, and I just wanted to cover all my bases, you know, with that. Thank you, Annette. All right, I'm just going to put these two together and sew them up. And then I will be doing strap-ins on these, I think. How pretty, huh? Ooh, baby, I already love it. Isn't that pretty? Decibel light is hard to find for you. Where are you at, Valerie? I buy mine from Wawac. Sylvia, you are amazing. Your sewing skills are next level. Thank you very much. That's very sweet of you. Okay, here we go. I'm just using black thread. I thought that might go well with all of the stuff that I picked. I almost did purple, but I thought black might look just a little better. All right, so when I do big handles like this, I like to come down from the same direction. So I came along this edge, and now I want to come down this edge. If I turn it and come back down this edge, my vinyl might twist and pull, and I'll have a twisty handle. All right, so you want to be sure you're going down each side the same way in case your vinyl has a stretch. And this purple vinyl has a little bit of a stretch. And so I'm just taking precautions and coming down the same way again. All right, so this one's my longer handle, okay? So this one will be having a buckle and strap-ins, all that kind of fun stuff on it. All right, I'm gonna put that aside. I'm just gonna repeat for the other one. This one's not as long because this is the back handle. It's a little shorter. Hello, Sue from Australia. Is it morning time there? Is it tomorrow? Are you in tomorrow in Australia? That's always so crazy to me. And again, I have Decibel light down here at the base of the handle. Just covering all my bases. I don't want my vinyl to rip at the stress points. I have learned my lesson. You almost always want to put something behind handles and connectors. And I can't tell you how many connectors I've had tear from bags, from use. Especially my friend Jessica. She is rough on her bags. They always tear. Tape. Lunchtime Wednesday. That's so crazy. Evelyn, I just put like a 6 to 8 inch strip on each end of the handles. And it's a 3/4 inch wide strip. And then I put a strip down the middle of my connector piece too for my handles. I'll show you that one as well when we get to it. Okay, there we go. Kind of started using the seam roller just to like make sure everything's nice and flat. It really does make a difference. I used to think it didn't make a difference. It kind of does, especially for this kind of vinyl. This one, not so much, but I'm kind of liking it. All right, here we go. Line them up. All right, I'll sew this one on just like the other one. Okay, come down the same way along the other side here. All right, yes, the black and white roses, I love it. I have been waiting for the perfect project, and this with the purple is just chef's kiss. It's so pretty. All right, so there's my other handle. 2 handles done. I'm gonna do my smaller handles now, my grab handles. So in the pattern, she has you doing 4 pieces for the handle and you piece them together like we did the straps, but I'm doing all the same material. So I just did 4 inches wide for my handles and I'm doing the double fold. So totally up to you how you want to do it. Both ways work. All right, so now I'm just gonna sew down both sides of this. And I'm going to do the same thing like I did on my big straps. I'm going to come down the same way. So it, because I can already see it kind of twisting. It's already got a twist to it. So this would definitely twist if you came back down the other way. We don't want that. Okay, one more handle. Beautiful. There we go. Okay. And I think for this second bag, I didn't put purse feet on my first one. And I think I'm going to on this one. So we'll probably do the base next and install the purse feet. I'm kind of just taking you guys through the entire thing. The only pre-stuff I did was like center lines and tape. So taking you through the whole bag. Two handles, two shoulder straps. Okay, let's grab our base piece and work on that. And oh, she has bag feet placement here, and I'm not sure. I'm just gonna measure, I think. Well, I can just a second. Let me poke these holes out real quick. And it'll make it easier. All right, so I've got my holes for my bag feet. I'm going to baste or top stitch on this Peltex first. I liked the layer of Peltex and the foam with this base piece. For me, that's what worked the best. So I'm going to do that again. And I'm just kind of eyeballing my placement here. You can mark it out if you want to with your seam allowance. Totally up to you. All right, I'm gonna baste this or top stitch this on. I'm gonna do it an inch in. Seemed to be good placement on the first one. If you don't have Peltex, what else do you use with the foam? You could use Decaville Heavy. You can use Decaville, 2 layers of Decaville Light even would probably work. Just something to give it kind of, you know, some stiffness to the bottom. Make sure your needle's not getting sticky if you put tape down. Alrighty. I'm going to do my purse feet all the way through the foam because it'll give it a little extra. And I think it'll be good. Okay, Valerie, thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. All right, so let's punch your holes. I'm doing screw on purse feet. So I should be able just to punch through all my layers here. Okay, there's that, and then got my purse feet here. Okay, these are just screw on purse feet that I have on my website. My screwdriver, just a second, my screwdriver's at my other table. Maybe not. Where's my screwdriver? I used it to do a tassel. Oh, I put it away. I put it away. That was so silly of me. Okay, here we go. Take all of our little screws out. I'm going to put a little Loctite thread locker on it. So my screws don't come undone. Some kind of glue is good. Let's see if this is dried out or not. It was dried out last time. Come on. Yeah, it's got a block in it. Just a minute. Oil, that's kind of frustrating. Brand new bottle too. So here's what I'm going to do. Just going to pour a little in the lid here. All right, so I think I'm just going to put a tiny drop because my glue is all right there on the top of the screw. That's kind of where I want it. And then I'll just put the foot on. I don't want my hands getting all dirty. Okay, yes. Do another one. You definitely want to put some kind of glue under these screws, guys, because I have had purse feet fall off. So you definitely need something in there. It takes just a tiny bit of extra time, but it's worth it, okay? See? I don't know why the glue's red. It's just the stuff it is. I don't know. It's whatever I ordered. It's supposed to be for screws. Thread locker. I know the stuff that Lindsay uses, I think, is blue. And I thought that's what I was ordering, but I got red stuff. So it works too, though. Just a minute, Annette. I'll look at it when I'm done to give to you to link. I think it's already on my Amazon tool list, if I'm not mistaken. I would definitely recommend a small bottle. You don't need a big bottle like this because the big bottle just dries out on the tip and then you can't get anything out. Glue's gonna spill all over. Jackie, manufacturer's formula of glue probably dictates the coloring. Oh, interesting. Hi, Jackie. I hope you're doing well. Okay. So my friend Jessica, her purse feet fell off because I didn't do that, right? And so I was like, okay. So I went back through and redid all of her purse feet. And she hasn't had any issues since. So it definitely does need something. You could probably just use, I don't know. What is that? Gorilla Glue or I don't know. I wish glue wasn't so messy. I hate dealing with it. But it's necessary. Oh, okay. So it's $2.71 thread locker. lock, seal fasteners, prevent rust, corrosion, permanent lock. So it's just thread locker is what it's called. Hanging in there. I'm finishing up my first quilt. Oh, yay. That's awesome, Jackie. I love quilting. I keep saying I'm gonna finish a bunch that I have in my closet, and I don't. I'm just making sure all my feet are tight. And then I'm gonna just put a little piece of, I'm gonna put some interfacing, some self-adhesive interfacing over the screws as well. I just really don't want my purse feet to fall off, guys. You could put duct tape. You could put wide double-sided tape with the other side not taken off. Lots of different things you can use. My hubby has Loctite blue. Yep, exactly. Loctite blue glue can be used as well. You were right, Lisa. That's just the one that I found and ordered. All right, what else do we need to do? We need to do my connectors for my handle. So this pattern, you can either connect your little grab handles directly to the bag, or you could do connectors. I like to do the connectors so they can go down. I don't like them to stay permanently up, so I'm gonna do connectors. Just make sure that if you get anything on, get it off. That looks good. All right. Base, done. All about the base. Let's do my, which one is this? This is my connectors, and this is my loop. All right, here we go. And I am using, if you couldn't tell, I'm using light gold hardware from my bag. There we go. So I'm going to cut this piece into 4 pieces after I sew it. Sing it. There's always a song running through my head with everything I say, so. Okay. I'll sew down each side of this. So I'm just cutting it in half, and then cutting it again. Okay, and then I'm just going to put them through and just baste the bottom together. Have you seen It's All About That Bass from Postmodern Jukebox? I haven't. I have not. Bootyful. All right, 4 connectors. And then this is the little strap loop, because we have our strap on the front is going through a little buckle. And so this is keeping that strap down. So it's a pretty skinny piece. I'm going to fold my raw edges to the center, top stitch down both sides. I'll cut it in half because this is going to be 2. And then I'll sew that into a loop. So teeny. Okay. Do you have any tips if your handles do twist, or if you can straighten them? So my biggest tip is to sew down the same direction each way so they won't twist. There's not much you can do to fix a twist that I know of, other than making a new handle, and you can interface the vinyl. If you interface it, that takes away the stretchiness of the material, and so they won't twist. So that is an option. You can interface it. But if it's after the fact, not really. Unfortunately, not that I know of. If anybody else has any ideas. Hi, Rachel. Is that Rachel from Patreon, Rachel? Okay, I'm cutting those in half. And now I want to sew them together, right sides together. Okay, just like this. Oh, you know what? All right, so I'm going to do... So my... It still might work. I'm just thinking, since I'm doing the bigger handles, mine aren't 3/4, they're 1 inch wide. I'm just going to do a little bit bigger seam allowance to make up for that extra handle. Hopefully that'll be okay. Yes, it is. Okay, awesome. See, now I know who you are. All right, and then you just want to turn it right side out. Okay, so you just have a little loop, little circle. It's just a baby. And then it's going to go on your bag like that. And your strap will go through it. And I think that's perfect. All right. So I just did a smaller seam allowance to make up for my bigger strap. Helping your kiddo with homework and, of course, sewing. Awesome. Melt all your little threads there. You don't want those sticking out. Okay, so who thinks I will be able to find these at the end of the bag? I'm putting it with my connectors in a little bucket right here. Oh, okay. I think, oh, we have 2 more connectors. Okay, 2 more connectors. These are for my front straps and my buckle. So I did some Decaville light. So that'll be more at the top where the buckle connects through it. Wide awake, and it's 2:05 in the UK. Oh, Hazel, I feel your pain. I'm so sorry. That was me this morning. Sorry, I need some chapstick. Ah. Okay. So these, we don't sew these down, I don't think. We're just prepping them. So we just fold our edges in. I'm not going to sew them. We're just folding our edges in, and then we're going to put some tape on the back of them. And we punch our hole and punch the hole. Yes. Okay. So which side was the Decaville side? This side. I want to... All right, I'm just marking this top so I know it's a top and that my Decaville is on this side. Hi, Misty. All right, so there's the top part, and then we want some tape along the back. And the measurement of about how long you want your tape is in the pattern. So there's a bottom piece here, so that's my bottom. And there's a top piece here. Okay, that's how you prep those. Hi, Susie. I'm so glad that you're sewing this pattern because I bought it and I don't like to sew anything unless you've sewn it first. Well, here you go. Tammy, what's up, Tammy? I did get my M&Ms. Thank you so much. You're horrible. They're down in my sewing room and I'm eating them way too much. Peanut butter is my favorite. Okay, so I'm going to turn these over and mark and punch my buckle as well. Where's my pattern piece? What did I do with it? There it is. Okay. I just measured it and I know where my middle is, right there. Okay, I'm going to punch that and then we'll put these aside. Okay, so those are our front connectors with the buckles. Now I think we can dig into this bag. Yes? Yes. All right, let's start with the flap. Here we go. We got our flap. Is it possible you will be at the Quilt Expo in Lakeland, Florida next March? Probably not. No. Susan has put me on a no travel until April. Yeah, we are kind of taking a break from the whole traveling scene for a couple months at least. Oh, I just dropped all my snaps. Okay. Oopsie. Okay, so I totally did this wrong. I accidentally put my Decaville on my snap side. It actually needs to be on this side, so I'll have to redo that real quick. Let me turn on my iron. Okay, so I've got my marks for my male magnetic snap. So I'm going to go ahead You can completely install it. It does not get in the way of your top stitch. And I am using 18mm snaps, so I'm using the bigger snaps and it still works. I am doing a finished edge. I'm not doing a raw edged flap. She has the option for both in her pattern. This material is light and soft enough that I can just turn it through and it'll be fine. So I'm not going to leave it raw edged, but you do have that option. If it was thicker vinyl, I probably would. Molly, April's your birthday, just saying. I just saw the cut video and was bummed I missed it, and then the current live popped up. Oh, yay, Melissa. Yep, we're sewing it up now. Well, we're just doing part of it tonight. We probably won't do all of it because it's a work of art and it's going to take a little extra time. So I'm just covering the back side of those snaps. You can use duct tape. You can use, I'm using this self-adhesive woven. Found a bunch of scraps of it and it works great for covering prongs. Hi, Cheryl. Okay. And then this one is the one I want to put my nameplate on. I'm going to redo that real quick. She's got a nice little placement for you right here. So I'm just going to go iron this Decaville on right there with my iron back here. All right, there we go. Tickle in my throat. So I'm just measuring up to make sure I've got it lined up straight here. Right there and right there. Beautiful. You don't have to put your name tag on the front flap, but it's a cute placement for it, I think. Hi, Sarah. Yay, Sarah's on. Okay. Beautiful. Cover those prongs. Always cover your prongs. All right, beautiful. Okay, nameplate, snaps, sew them together. Here we go. So I'm not sewing the top, leaving the top open for turning. So when I cut the flap out, there were two different cut lines. There's a cut line for a raw edge and a cut line for a turned flap. So I did the turned flap measurement. Let me just make sure my seam allowance, okay. Let's do it. you want to trim those curves up, I highly recommend having some pinking shears by your machine. I love my pinking shears. They are Kai ones off of Amazon. They are not that expensive, I don't think, and totally worth the money. This is 2 layers of vinyl, and do you see how nicely it's cutting through it? So I definitely suggest having some pinking shears as part of your toolbox for bag making. All right, let's turn this through. Hi, Estella, you're good. Molly, I'm taking on Ora Rosa's The Beast here as soon as hardware gets here. Has anyone done that one? Any tips? It's huge. That's a big bag. And more advanced than anything I've tried so far. You can do it, Molly. Just take it slow. All right, just roll out all of those seams. Okay, I have a piece of Peltex somewhere in here. Where's my Peltex piece? I did. Oh, it's back here. Okay, I just kind of lay it on here first and see. It looks like it's gonna fit. So I'm gonna put this in. Your matte rainbow bows are to die for. Have you come up with any new designs yet? Misty, I've been forbidden by my sister to do any new hardware until after the new year. So I don't have any currently, no. Is that duct tape you're using to cover the snaps and rivets? So it's Deborah. I'm using just some self-adhesive woven interfacing scraps, but duct tape totally works. I'm just trying to use what I have. Okay, isn't Annette's new company Tulip Bee awesome? I agree, Sarah. She's doing such a good job. Susan's laying down the hammer. Yep, she is. She just doesn't want to inventory it at the end of the year. Okay, I've got my Peltex pretty well in there. It feels pretty good. I just want my... I feel like it could go down just a little more. Just a minute. I want it all the way to that edge. Okay, that looks good. All right. I am going to top stitch around this flap now. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and baste the top close because I don't need it open. See, you got nice clearance from those snaps, and mine are the bigger snaps. Mine are the 18 millimeter, so you should be good on those snaps. Alrighty, there is my awesome flap, and then I think my flap gets put on like this on my back, so I'm going to put a piece of double-sided tape along the top raw edge on the right side of the flap. Right there. Hi, Danny. Danny, I should make you a moderator too on here. All right. Beautiful. Okay, so now I want to get my front panel bottom, which I think is my rose piece. Front panel bottom. This one right here. And I want to make sure, yep. Okay. Let's do a couple of markings on it here. Okay, that is my flat placement. The measurement was on the pattern piece and I just looked at what it was. You want to put your flap on here wrong side up. So you want to see your snaps and you're going to center it right along that line. Again, that line was, the placement for that line was marked on the pattern piece. Right there. And I'm going to just baste that on. Okay, perfect. I want to get my slip pocket pieces here. I'm going to go ahead and install my magnetic snaps on this piece so we don't forget. Okay, 2 of those, and we want the female snaps on this end. Hi, Renee. Welcome. I already put some Decaville light behind my snaps, so they're nice and reinforced. And I have my markings transferred from my pattern piece. Go ahead and do that. And they seem to line up pretty well, so there's no adjustments needed for this part that I could tell. It's a good size purse, Evelyn. It's not huge. It's not one of the bigger ones I've done. I would say it's just average. It's definitely a hand bag. Okay, cover that. Is it still snowing in Denver? I don't think it's currently snowing. I think a storm's blowing in though. It was really cold and windy today, so I wouldn't be surprised if we woke up to snow. I did not walk my dogs today. Poor doggies. All right, got that put on there. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, front slip pocket A. All right, so we need these kind of oddly shaped pieces here. You should have two. One is like one big piece that you cut at the fold, and then one is just a bottom piece, and then this piece. This is all your front slip pocket. So with this one that had the fold, you're just folding it wrong sides together right there and top stitching. No, you're not top stitching. You're just folding it like that, and we're sewing it onto our piece like that. That's what we're doing. My first bag, I top stitched it first, which wasn't a huge issue because I just went over it again, but you don't need to top stitch it first. We could tape it together so it stays in one piece. All right, so you're just folding it right sides together. This is kind of different how she does this, so just trust the process here. And you're going to clip this, centers aligned on the bottom here. And your piece is just folded in half, so this is my folded edge, okay? All right. Kind of cool how she does this. All right. A little bit wasteful of my vinyl, but it's a big enough scrap that I can use it for something else. So I am going to now sew up, across the top and down, sewing this piece onto my bag. Careful your foot doesn't get caught on your flat vinyl there. I could feel mine kind of catching on that. Hi, Liz. You sure did. Okay, do not sew along the bottom. Just the two sides and the top. Because we're going to take it from the back and we're going to cut out two of these layers. You're going to cut out, well, does she do two or just one? She just does one layer. So you just cut out the vinyl. I think on my other bag, I cut out the canvas too, because you don't necessarily need both of those layers in there. So this is just getting rid of the bulkiness of it. I'm just showing you how she did it in the pattern here. Like I said, I didn't like that it wasted this bit of vinyl right here. But it's a big enough piece, I can use it for something else. Okay, so we just cut out the back. It's just to help with the bulk, all right? So these two pieces here are the front part of the pocket. This is smaller on the top, wider on the bottom. And this has this shape to it. So you want to take it up on the top two sides here. And we're going to sew this together along this top edge. What's my seam allowance? Seam allowance changes just a little throughout your pattern. So just make sure you're kind of paying attention to what you're doing on the steps. You're in love already. I'm so glad. I'm not using checkered. Can you even believe it? I wanted to, but I didn't. I controlled myself. My nails are a really dark maroon color. All right, so you want to take this and fold your seam allowance up towards the lining piece, and we're going to top stitch along the lining. So what that does is now we fold it. It's got that shape to it. It's really cool how she did this front piece. We're going to fold it, match the bottom and the sides up. And then that's the front side of our slip pocket. It's pretty cool. So our front looks like this with our snaps, and our back is like that. Isn't that cool? Checkered everything, right? I agree. Okay. I am going to top stitch right along here. Right? Yes. Beautiful. I'm going to mark my center down here so I can line it up. Annette, I agree. Designers' brains are kind of amazing. We've been talking about that a lot lately. All right, so now I'm just going to center it down at the bottom here and sew it on along the raw edge sides and the bottom. Okay. Where is my daughter? Which daughter? My 18-year-old is home. Oh, my baby's at her dad's. Hola. Hello. Welcome. All right, so isn't that cool? Make sure your flaps looks good. Oh, guys, she purty. She purty. Okay. We want our buckle connectors that we poked the hole in. And they pretty much center up with this pocket and go up like that, okay? So pretty, right? And then there is measurements for how far up we sew this on. So I'm just kind of lining up the seam of this piece along the seam of my pocket, right? Just like that. And then I need to mark. Right there. That's going to be where I turn around. Hi, Amma. Thank you. I miss you. I love you. Okay, now I'm going to come back down. Oh, you and your mama should come visit me in Colorado. Come play in the snow. I won't play in the snow, but you can play in the snow. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and add this one on here to this side. Let me get a wipe out. I even have guest rooms for you and your mom and everything. Come visit me. All right. It's just a non-scented baby wipe. It just takes off that silver marking pen because if you leave it on your vinyl, sometimes it doesn't come off after the fact. So I always recommend after you're done, like right here, I need to wipe it off. After you're done with your markings, always wipe it off. Thanks for reminding me. I had more back here. Okay. Let's do the other side. Yeah, alcohol wipes. Oops, I just cut off the corner. But just cut off the corner. Not a big deal. Yeah, alcohol wipes sometimes damage your vinyl. So they're just seriously, this is what I'm using. I ordered them in a pack off of Amazon, I believe. And I just keep them right by my machine. All right. Whoops, don't cut the corner of your bag off. All right, here we go. Hi, Jennifer Peck. What else do we need? Handle option. We're doing the other handle option. So, okay, we want our connectors. So you can attach this directly to your bag, or you can do it like I'm doing here. I used a cheap baby wipe and it took off the finish of the vinyl. Really? I've never had that issue with these baby wipes. They're water-based, non-scented baby wipes. So they're pretty, I think they're pretty gentle. All right, so handle placement is here on the pattern piece. So this is what I do. I just stick it on here and I have a little cut in it and I know that this is where my connector goes. All right, just like that. I'm going to baste those on. Yeah, I definitely got water. I was told to get water-based baby wipes. So make sure that if you're going to do it, I used it for my cutting mats as well, because somebody told me that it didn't work so well on my cutting mats, but it works great for getting that marking pin off. So that's what I do. All right, so there's my handles, connectors, and then I want, not that piece, maybe, nope, that's the piece I want. All right, so now I want my top panel piece, which is this one right here. I went ahead and marked my drop line on it for my drop-in lining. Got to fold down all those edges. You could smell the chemicals on the wipes when I opened them. Oh yeah, no, that's not good. These wipes don't have really any kind of chemical smell to them. All right, so these are gonna be folded down eventually with little buckles. So I'm just kind of putting those out of my way. And I'm attaching this top panel piece here. I will definitely be doing rivets on quite a few things after the foam is on the back, because I want the rivets to go through all the layers and not just the vinyl. Okay, here we go. So my foot needs a little help over these connectors. I just put a folded up piece of vinyl behind my foot and it lifts it right over. And then sometimes I have to help it back down so it doesn't get caught. So what I do is I fold it again and just put it on the side of my foot right down here. And it helps it walk down, so it doesn't get caught along the back. Just little tricks you need to know when making stuff, because if that foot gets caught on your vinyl, it will rip it. Folded up piece of vinyl by your machine is your best friend. And I'll do the same thing when I go to top stitch too. I'll be having that piece of vinyl help me up and over. See, it didn't like get caught on anything. It's a nice smooth transition. All right, I'm gonna fold this so it goes, seam allowance goes down towards the bottom, and I'm top stitching along this bottom piece here. So for here, you want to make sure that when you come off of that piece that you put something to protect this vinyl, this connector vinyl, because sometimes it can snag on that. Ask me how I know these things. May have ruined a project or two before, sadly. So after I finish this front panel piece and I put the foam on, I'll be putting a rivet here and here to kind of secure these connectors. And we'll do that later. So I'm going to put my front panel away. Isn't it pretty? Ooh, that combo. Love it. All right, putting that aside. Getting a drink of water. Let's move to the back. Sorry, just cleaning off my hands. Back zipper pocket. So we want the back bottom panel there. And we're going to be doing a couple of things here. Let's see. Back and the bottom panel and the middle. So where's my middle? Definitely helps to keep all of your pieces labeled for this bag. Okay. I highly recommend keeping all your labels on all your pieces. Is this the right piece? It seems extra big. No, that's right. All right. Here we go. We need some double-sided tape action. So this is going to be the back of our bag. And then this is the top part of the zipper. Thank you guys. And then we need our zipper pocket pieces. Back zipper lining. And that was the back panel. Is that the same size? I'm going to check. I'm going to check. Hi, Angela. 2 lives on your birthday. How about that? All right. So this, the back, there's 2 zipper lining pieces. One of them is like a 1/2 inch longer than the other one. And that'll be the back side of your zipper pocket. So just kind of keep track of which is which. So this one's my bigger one. I'm just going to set it aside so I don't get it confused with this one. All right, double-sided tape on all of those. And then we need to do our, I don't remember, I think I might have cut the wrong zipper tabs. I don't know if I did. All right, black zipper tape or a white zipper tape? I think white. I think white, guys. I don't really have a lot of choices when it comes to gold. It's black, white, tan, pink, or teal. So I guess this is it, huh? All right. Cut your zipper, same width as your back pieces here. Put on your zipper pull. I'm going to use my big old chunky flower. All right, good. You like the contrast to the white? Hi, first live and new to bag making, trying to learn everything. Yay! 100 proof quilter. I like your name. Welcome. All right, so I'm going to put on, look at this pole, guys. These are some of my big extra large chunky poles that I have on my website. I haven't used a flower one yet. I'm excited. Kind of goes with the theme, I thought. All right, put that zipper pull on however you like to put zipper pulls on. Use your little zipper jigs or do it by hand, up to you. Okay, so these zipper tabs, yeah, I think these are the right ones because I am doing option. I'm going to double check that I cut the right zipper tabs out. Option A. Handle option. Back option A. Yep. Okay. I got the right ones. Okay. So these are our zipper tabs. You're just going to fold them wrong sides together, right sides out. This finished folded edge here, okay, that's what you're putting in towards the zipper, and you're lining up the raw edge. This is how she does her zipper tabs, and I like it. You're lining up the raw edge of the tabs with the raw edge of the zipper. Do you see that? How it's folded there? This is my folded edge. This is my raw edge up here, and it's lined up together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to top stitch across this vinyl on that folded edge and across that zipper, and that, you know, puts everything down. And then I'm going to trim from behind the zipper tape and the back zipper tab. Kind of a cool different way to do it. Angela, I've been making room for my sewing stuff the last week. I'm so ready to sew up my first Susu sling. Oh, yay. That's exciting. I hope you love it. Okay. So it's sewn on right there. Kind of went a little crooked. That's okay. So I'm going to unclip that. I'm going to push back that top layer and just trim down the back 2 layers completely off. So now you just have this top zipper tab there. Make sure that you seal your tape, your zipper tape. Whenever you trim it, you need to take a lighter across it and seal it. You don't want it fraying. Zipper tape will fray. Okay, and that's it. Let's go to the other side. Does anyone know if the bag for Aquarius has come out yet and the name it has? I don't know, Misty. I am not aware. Okay, and then I pull back the top tab and I'm trimming out the bottom 2 layers, sealing the tape, just like that. Isn't that cool? I do need to trim. You have just a little wiggle room here too. It's a tiny bit wider depending on, we just recently learned that zipper tape is now coming in different widths. It used to all be very much the same, and now they're changing it up, and manufacturers are having different sizes of zipper tape, which is frustrating. So just make sure that everything lines up. Bedtime in Alabama. Good night. Okay, I'm just going to clip some centers and then we'll start piecing this pocket together, okay? Hi, Livia. Just finished watching you cut this out. Yay! I'm putting it together now. All right, so I want my exterior bottom zipper panel piece here. I'm going to take the tape off. I'm going to lay my zipper right side down. Zipper pull to the left. Okay, I want it closing to the left. At least that's my preferred way to do it. If you have a different way, do what works for you, but I like it closing to the left. All right, centered. And I'm taping it. Now, if you don't have double-sided tape, you can clip and baste. Okay, basting is done always at 1/8 of an inch. So whenever it says based, it's almost always at an 1/8 inch seam allowance, okay? And then I want to make sure you're doing the same piece that's the same size as this front panel piece, because the other one's a little bit bigger. Okay. And you're going to sandwich. Centered along the top, sandwich that on. And then we're going to sew along that zipper all the way across. Okay, here we go. Make sure you're aware of where your zipper pull is so you don't run into it. Okay, this up here. Samantha, I can't wait till Friday for Lynn's new Sunny pouch. Yeah, that one looks super cute, right? They sewed that up at the retreat and everybody loved it. Okay, so now I want to top stitch along the bottom of the zipper, pulling both layers down. Obviously, if you have material that you can iron, you can do that. Okay, now we want to piece on the back part here. We're going to lay that right side up, lay this right side on top of it, centered along the top edge of this zipper. Did I clip my center on this one? I don't think I did. It's not too late. I can still do it. Boom. And then I'm going to sandwich that this top piece on top of it. So my 18-year-old daughter, who got me watching Vampire Diaries, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so Twilight. And she's like, I still haven't seen Twilight. I'm like, oh. So she's starting to get into reading books. So I bought the first Twilight book for her. And I think last night she finally sat down and started reading it. And she's like, oh my gosh, Mom, it's so good. I know. So now I'm like, maybe I should reread the books just for funsies. She's loving it, though. I can't wait to watch the movies with her after she reads the books. Because that's definitely a book first and then the cheesy movies. All right, let's sew that on. I'm still and always be Team Stefan. I'm kind of, I hate how much I love Damon in the Vampire Diaries. I'm like, I shouldn't like him at all, but I kind of love him. They're both good. It's a fun show. All right, so this one, we fold just this top piece up and we're gonna top stitch through the top, along the top edge of the zipper. Damon is absolutely the best part of that show. I agree, Carrie Ann. I agree. His facial expressions and his eyes. Oh, love. We love Twilight in this house. We literally quote it all the time. Yep. All right. There's my back. What's next, guys? Okay, now I want to add. Okay, so we're just basting all of our layers together next. Mine are laying all pretty nicely, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm just gonna baste. Awesome. And then if your tabs are sticking out a little, just trim your zipper tabs down. Mine's a little uneven on the side, but it'll be fine. It'll be made up for when we sew it all together. So if you are doing the long straps that go all the way to the bottom on the back, this is where you put that on. I am not. So now I'm just putting on my handles and my other strap along the back. So I have my pattern piece here. It's got my markings. So I'm just doing my little, I'm gonna cut my center too. I love Elijah too. Oh yeah, I just got to the Elijah part, so I'm barely on season 2. I have my picture with both Elijah and Stefan. That's awesome. Oh, that's funny. Love it. All new to me, guys. And thank my 18-year-old daughter for introducing me. You have to watch the originals too. Oh, is that a different series? Wait, is there a different series? I didn't know that. Gosh, there's like a million seasons of this one that I got to get through first. All right, so this one goes here. Spin off. Oh, goodness. Never ends, huh? I've been watching The Office again all the way through for the 10,000th time. I love The Office. It's a good sewing room show because I can just walk around and listen to it. Klaus, he's so pretty. I'm glad everybody knows what I'm talking about. Well, I'm glad some of you know what I'm talking about. Probably not all of you, and that's okay. I'm not doing the strap on the back, Evelyn. There's 2 options. You can do the strap that goes down on the back, or you can just do the handle. I'm just doing the handle. And it's the shorter one of the 2. Come on. I got pieces in here. So I want this one. Make sure your handle is laying the way you want it. I wanted this on the inside, so when the bag's up, you see the purple. And then baste that. Is this the one on Netflix? Yes, Annette. Have you not seen it? You and Amma need to watch it because you will both love it. No, it's on Paramount. I don't know if it's on Netflix. The one I'm watching is on Paramount. My sewing series is Yellowstone or Golden Girls. I've done Golden Girls before too. That's a good one to watch. All right, and then I just need my top panel. Guys, we're doing good. We're making progress. Okay, line this right sides together and we're going to sew this on here. Okay, here we go. There. Okay. Okay, definitely need to help my foot up and over. All right, zoop, flip it up, top stitch. After this, we'll add our foam on our front and back pieces and we'll do some riveting. Good night, Kimberly. "4 a.m. Woo. Yeah, that's pretty early. I'd be going to bed too. All right. Beautiful. Look at that. Okay, that's our back. I'm going to put on our foam. We'll do rivets, and then I might be done for the night, guys. So when you put the foam on, you're going to do it at, so I have my drop-in line marked there. I'm going to do it right below that drop-in line. It should be nice and out of your seam allowances, okay? Sorry if my head's in the way. Hard to do this without getting right over it. I'm gonna have to stand up. The nice thing about the foam is it's kind of repositionable. You can peel it up, stick it back down if it doesn't look quite right. That looks good. Hi, Leslie. Okay. Beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and do the back panel as well. Or the front panel, I mean. There. Front panel. Oh, guys, that looks so pretty. Okay. Let's turn it around. I know, a bunch of night owls on here, huh? There's always a nighttime crew, right? Just make sure you kind of rub it down really good. Okay. Ooh, I love it. Let me look. Rivet, handles, and then that, and then the buckle, and then more rivets. Okay, just kind of looking at what we're doing here. So let's do some rivets. We're gonna do, let's try my hole punch here. So I want it right here. Kind of down lower, middle, right there. Okay. Good. Did you use any tea on the 522? I don't know what you mean. Oh, the foam? No, I just used sew-in foam on the 522. Because I could just baste it onto the bag. I didn't have to keep it out of my seam allowances, so I just sewed it. And the sew-in foam is a thinner foam than this foam too, so that's another reason. Okay. All right, there's that. And then for the buckle part, let's figure out the buckle on it. I haven't actually ever used a buckle on anything, I don't think. Isn't that crazy? I've never used a buckle. All right, so for here, we want to put on our loop first. So we put our little loop on. Okay, ooh, that's cute. And then I need to get my buckle. I have these buckles on my website. And, oh, it's a different kind of buckle. Shoot. Is that a different kind of buckle? Will this work? I don't know if this will work. That's a different kind of buckle. Well, shoot. We'll try it. Yeah, it should work, right? No. Oh, wait, like that? And then it goes. Yeah, it'll work. It's just bigger. Like that. And then it gets sewn on under. This is way too big though. I think I'm not going to use the loop pieces. It's a different type of buckle that she has on the pattern. It doesn't have both parts to it. It's just like a buckle with this piece and this piece right here. Mine's got the big piece, so I'm going to take this out and see if I can make it work. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. Mine's just going to be a little bit bigger. Which, who doesn't love a bigger buckle? Right? So mine's just going to go like that. I'm not going to do the little loop because there wasn't any room. And then this, I need to cut it down. It's going to go like that. Okay, we can make this work. So mine is going to be right there. I'm going to trim about 1 inch off, it looks like. Okay. Is the Rivet Hole Press on my Amazon list? No, it's from Cam Snaps. This one in particular is from Camp Snaps. So now my question is, should I sew that across or should I just do a rivet? I could do a rivet right there too, actually. No. All right. So I would recommend not these buckles, but they're going to work. They're going to work, but I can see why she used the smaller ones and they're a little bit different. This is still going to be cute though. All right, I'm going to sew. No, because then if I sew it, I can't rivet it because it'll be too close. Yeah, I'm just going to rivet. Okay. We're doing it. We're just going to rivet. I'm first going to just do a hole through these two pieces where I want them. Right there. It should hold pretty well. I've got, you know, the Decaville light and the foam with the rivet. It should hold pretty well. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I was just trying to work with what I had. You know, sometimes I think it'll work. All right. Okay. There's that. Yeah. Should be good. All right, let's do the other one. No loop. No loop for you. You know, if I were to use these buckles again, I think, whoops, ruler fell. I think because of the just different measurements too, I would maybe just go farther up, a little bit farther up with my hole. And then that would probably lay a little bit better as well. Yerp, yerp, yerp. Okay. Hi, Elena from Spain. Welcome. Alrighty. Yeah, that works. There we go. Okay, so when we do our top one, I'll kind of figure out obviously where to put my hole, and then that will hang down. I'll put a strap end on it, right? And it just buckles down like that. That'll be cute. I like it. All right. Rivet, rivet, rivet. Let's go to the back. The trick will be figuring out where to put that handle so that it is even with this handle. So I will do that handle last after the bag is all put together because I want to make sure that my handles line up at the top. Hi, Daryl. All right, so we're just going to do some rivets along here. You can mark it out. I'm eyeballing it because I'm crazy. Always a solution to the problems, right, guys? All right. Rivets on there. Okay, after we do this, I'm going to sew my base on to these main pieces. And then I'll probably stop there. I don't think I'm going to continue because I'm getting tired and I really want to do a good job attaching the exterior side panels. And I think if I'm nice and fresh, I'll do a better job. Hi, Terry. How are you? Tired equals possible mistakes. Exactly, Annette. I don't want to risk it for the biscuit. Okay. Front and back panels. Doing good, guys. Bottom piece, let's connect these. And then that'll be our stopping point for the night. Yeah, it's never a good idea for me to sew past a certain point of tiredness. So here we go. So now we just want to attach this all together. So this is where you need to pay attention to, if you are using this adhesive foam, you need to pay attention to if you're going to be sewing through the foam and have a alcohol wipe nearby to kind of wipe your needle as you go, because you don't want that adhesive to gum up your needle, because then your stitches will get all wonky and it will not be a good thing. All right, so just clipping the base onto the bottom all the way across. And this is taken at a bigger seam allowance, I think. Let me double check that I'm doing that correct. Yes, it is. So just pay attention to your seam allowances here. I need to remark my plate real quick. Hi, Jennifer from Australia. We got a few Australia people on here today, huh? Must be a good time for Australia. Thank you, Molly. It's very sweet of you. All right. Ready? Freddy. Spaghetti. Early afternoon. Okay. It's late here. It's what? 8:30 here. It's just about my crawl in bedtime. Just keep checking your needle. I'm like right along the edge of my foam, so I shouldn't be sewing through it, but I'm just covering all my bases. Can you come in more with the foam? You could cut the foam more away from your seams if you wanted to, yeah. If that's what you mean. Yep, you could totally do that. All right, so see, I didn't hit my foam. Maybe just the tiniest bit there, so I'm good. But now I have to top stitch, and when I top stitch, it will go through my foam. So this is really the part that would mess up your needle. Your seam allowance is going down towards the foam. You got quite a few layers, so really be aware of what your machine can handle. Betty, hi Betty. Loving these colors. Betty from San Antonio, thank you. Thanks, Betty. Okay, so that's my first side. See, it's gonna lay really nice when the bag's all together. Love it. All right, so let's attach our other side and then we'll be done for the night, just for the night. Good night, Hazel. When am I coming back to finish it? I might come back tomorrow to finish it. Okie dokie. So now I just want to top stitch that. Let me just move these clips out of the way so they're not all falling to the floor as I go. All right. So again, seam allowance towards that base. Let's top stitch through that. Y'all, that is our bag for the night. How about that, huh? That's pretty awesome. I would say it's looking pretty good. All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. This is just part one. We'll do part two hopefully tomorrow. We'll add our side panels on. You guys, it's gonna be gorgeous. Once those side panels go on and we completely finish the exterior of it, it's gonna be so good. Yep. Pretty, right? All right. Thank you for joining. I will try to post the link like 30 minutes before I actually go live so you guys kind of get a heads up and get a notification. My Facebook group is a great place to get my notifications, and SiahSwag Bags on Facebook. And yeah, well, hopefully, I think I can finish this up tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to head over to the cylinder arm to do these sides because that was the best way that I had found to do the sides on the first bag I made. And then we'll go to the lining and put the two together. So, okay. I hope you all have a fabulous night. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for keeping me company. And I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Bye.